Hi class, how are you? It's good to see you. All my fourth graders, have a seat, have a seat. I know we're all excited, relax. Next week, as you all know now, because I've gotten all the permission slips back, we're going to see the movie Harriet. Now, the movie Harriet is about the Underground Railroad. By a show of hands, how many of you guys think that the Underground Railroad was about a choo-choo, ooh, choo-choo, or that it might have been underground? No? You think it's by a choo-choo? Frank, no. Okay. You think it's underground, Billy? No? Kinda? Well, no, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to tell you guys, it wasn't about a train, and it's definitely not underground. What the Underground Railroad is a station that may be 10 to 20 miles apart, and the slaves were sneaking from one station to another station in an attempt to escape slavery. Now, they were trying to go from slave states, which were mostly in the South, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, to the free states, such as Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Maine, and of course, free country Canada. Now, in order to make this escape, they had to have secret codes. Okay? So the slaves were trying to hide from the slave masters and owners. So other slaves were helping them as they snuck along from one place to another. Many times, when they were getting close, the masters were getting close, the slaves that were working would begin to sing Negro slave songs, so that they were Negro spirituals and they were helping the slaves to escape, such as wade in the water, children, wade in the water. Now this song was to tell the slaves, wait a minute, get into the water, guys. Let's wait right here until the master or the slave owner is looking the other way. And then, if the slave owner started to head towards the water, the slaves would sing, God's gonna trouble the water. If you get there before I do, God's gonna trouble the water. Tell all my friends I'm coming too. God's gonna trouble the water. Now, Frank, Billy, sometimes you guys use secret codes when you guys are talking in my class. You use a thing like Pig Latin. Ube, ede, ube, ede, ede, evu, ubu. And I usually don't understand what you're saying. So what's going on here is you're trying to communicate using a code. Now, once they would get from one station to another station, there was a thing called stockholders. Stockholders were people who would put up money to make sure that the slaves had an easier travel from point A to point B and all the way to the free states. They would put up money for their clothes so they could change clothes, maybe hide, and they would put up money to make sure they got food or even help with the travel. Now, today, before we go see the movie, we're going to read a passage about the Underground Railroad. On the passage, in the beginning of the diagram, you'll see the states. On the bottom, of course, are the slave states, and then they have a line to show you where the free states are. Okay? Now, in the passage, we have 5 bold words. I want you to be able to find the definition of each one of the bold words by the context clue inside the passage. Okay, I'm going to start off by reading the first one. The goal was to get to a free state, a state where slavery was not legal. Ideally, slaves would go all the way to Canada. So, in that sentence, to get to free state, what is the meaning of free state? Free state is a state where slavery was not legal. And the goal was to get to Canada sometimes. So, I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and for this example, 5 minutes will be represented by my 5 finger digits. I'm going to pass these out. I want you guys to pair up and read the passage. And I want you to answer the questions at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Was West Virginia a free state? What would be the fastest way to get to Ohio from Florida? And what would be the fastest route to freedom for slaves in the text? So, number 1, of these 5 states, which were free states? Either Kansas, Iowa, Illinois, Tennessee, or Missouri. Which one was a free state? Now, what we're going to do is give you 5 minutes. Pair up, guys. Hey, no talking. Just going to pair up, read the passage, and give me an answer. 5 minutes will pass when I'm finished with my hand. 1, 2, behave, 3, 4, 5. Good job, boys and girls. I'm glad we're back together now. Let's talk about the Underground Railroad some more. Now, some of the conductors on the Underground Railroad were Harriet. And a conductor is a person who is guiding you and showing you the way. Now, most of the travel was done when? Billy, you think most of the travel was done at noon? How about Sarah? You think most of the travel was done when? In the afternoon? Like when you guys are having recess? But when would be the best time to sneak around? That's right, Frank. At night. So most of the travel was done at night. Okay? So, when the traveling was done at night, you can't see very well. So you needed a conductor to help get you from point A to point B. Now, today, your assignment is to write in your notebooks as a journal entry. As if you were one of the slaves, you're going to enter a journal entry. Now, I know this is a little obscure or different because as we know, most slaves were illiterate, which was a word we used last week. That's right, illiterate means you cannot read or write. But you guys can read and write, so don't try to pull that one on me. Okay? You're going to read and write, and you're going to put an entry into your journal as if you were a slave on the journey from a slave state to a free state. Okay? You're going to put in an entry, and don't forget to start it with Dear Journey, Dear Diary, or Dear Journal. Okay? Always start with your salutation. Then I want you to include each one of the 5 bold words in your story. So free state, passenger, conductor, stockholder, station, all of those must be in your journal telling about the journey. Okay? That's what your assignment is for now. We're going to pass that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 minutes have now passed. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Put your journals in the bin. We'll check those tomorrow. I'll let you know how well you all did, and you will receive rewards. That's right. But for homework tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to do Underground Railroad, the Path to Freedom. Okay? This will tell about conductors who helped people go from slave states to free states. It would also tell about stockholders who put the money up to help pay for these people to go from, these slaves go from slave states to free states. And it also will tell you about a man that is very little known about, William Still, who is the father of the Underground Railroad. He helped coordinate a lot of the movement of these slaves from slave states to free states. All right, kids, I hope you have a really good day. Have a beautiful night. Thank you.